Setting foiling to one side for a minute, the other big deal that keeps giving is double-handed racing. And here's another example, the Aeolus P30. She's 30 foot long and has been designed by Hans Gente, a two-time winner of the single-handed silver rudder race in Denmark. Her looks say plenty about what this design concept is aimed at. But there's more to this design than hard chines, narrow waterline beam and a dreadnought bow. At just over 1,500 kilos, she's around half the weight of other similar IRC designs. She's been designed for both single-handed and a full crew of 6. She has a lifting rudder and keel to allow her to trail, a system for raising and lowering the mast, a Jenica chute, and a slick system for dealing with the bowsprit. And so the list goes on. In fact, the only thing that's missing is the invitation to her launch. As performance ramps up offshore, so does the need for advanced clothing. But so too does the need to make the next generation of clothing sustainable. Musto has recently launched One Single Material, or OSM as it's known, goes a long way to helping to achieve this. The focus has also been on production, where a new dyeing process uses 90% less water and 85% less chemicals than traditional methods. Little surprise then that 11th Hour Racing Team has joined forces with Musto to help in designing and developing a new range of technical yet stylish and sustainable clothing for on and off the water. The team's recently launched Ep16 in Malama was designed and built along the same principles, with a strong focus on sustainability and circularity of materials and resources. Here's a question for you. What would you say the carbon footprint of a new Ep16 is, and how would that compare to the footprint 10 years ago? According to 11th Hour Racing Team, the answer to the first question is 550 tonnes of carbon dioxide. That's almost double what it would have been a decade ago. 11th Hour Racing Team is calling for the racing yacht industry to align with the Paris Agreement on climate change and cut its carbon footprint by at least half to achieve the target set by 2030. But the racing scene's emissions have continued to grow. 11th Hour Racing Team is on a mission to identify potential solutions, test their viability and share them with the industry. It's a complex process that goes way beyond simply looking at sustainable materials. With their new Ep16 now racing, the team has compiled a comprehensive design and build report to form a benchmark and roadmap to help other racing teams, and it can be downloaded from their website now. How long is a piece of string? Long as you'd like if you're asking Marlow Ropes. And as ropes become more advanced, so too does their production. High-performance materials such as Dyneema, Xylon, Technora, Kevlar, Teflon and Zyx are well known in the racing world. But Marlow's Grand Prix series has taken rope production onto another level, where teams can work with the technical team to create custom solutions. Strength, abrasion resistance, thermal properties, friction and handling properties can all be factored into the design of the rope. And it doesn't stop there. Tethered ropes, hoist markers and even ropes that glow in the dark are additional features that can be included. So asking how long it is barely gets you started. Here's an interesting new approach to something we take for granted, the furler. UBI Maior's JB Jiber works without the usual aluminium extruded foil. Instead, the forestay is linked to the drum and swivel and rotates to furl the sail. It means that the sail can be hoisted up and down and the halyard tension can be adjusted at any time. The luff can be attached to the forestay using either soft hanks or a zip, which makes raising and lowering much quicker than with conventional systems. The manufacturers claim that the JB Jiber is also much lighter, has less windage and drag, and therefore sails higher and faster upwind. But they also make the claim that because sails can be reefed more easily, you can have bigger ones. Doyle Sails' employee roll call includes a long list of rock stars. Among them is Kiwi sailor Stu Bannatyne, His name is synonymous with round-the-world racing, having completed 8 Volvos and Whitbreads, but he's also just as focused on sails, in particular Doyle's structured luff technology.
Because of the technology, we're able to make the mid-girth code zeros flatter, which means that they can be used at much tighter angles, and the ability to change the shape of the sail by just easing the tack up or changing the lead a little bit means we're getting a lot more range out of the sails as well. And the way the development's been going, that's quite often not more than a year or 18 months before we can make a pretty big jump in design, just because we're developing these sails every day. Every new sail that goes out is a small tweak better than the last one.